After life became impossible on planet Earth, humans began searching for any other planet that would be suitable for life. In a team, they were actually able to find a planet named Ash that was suitable for life. But the problem is that one day, one of the members of this team suddenly wakes up to find herself alone on the planet, and all the team members who were with her were killed. The problem is that she has completely lost her memory and does not know who did this to her team, nor does she know how she will leave this planet. What will she do and what really happened? This is what we will see in today's summary. The movie begins in outer space, and we are currently inside one of the space stations. But this station is completely different. Here we see a girl named Raya on this station, and Raya is supposed to be one of the crew members on the station here. But we see her waking up from sleep, and she is reckless and completely exhausted, as if she was subjected to a violent attack. The moral here is that Raya doesn't remember anything about herself, nor does she remember what she's doing here, or what exactly brought her to this point. So she starts circling the station here and there, hoping to remember anything about what happened here. When she starts circling the space station, the whole madness begins because the first thing Raya starts to find is traces of blood everywhere. After that, she finds much worse things. She finds her crew members who were with her on the station here dead in horrible ways. Raya doesn't understand what killed them or what exactly happened to them. Raya keeps circling the space station until she finds a part of the station destroyed. She exits this part and finds herself literally outside in space. She finds an orbit in front of her. She doesn't even know what it is. Remember this orbit in front of her? Oh, my friend. By the way, R doesn't understand how she is currently in outer space, and yet she didn't die or anything happened to her. For example, although the opposite is supposed to happen because of course there is no oxygen in space like on Earth. In any case, Rhea keeps wandering around in place, not understanding anything until she falls on the edge, like the edge of a mountain. Then she wakes up and returns to the space station. When she returns, Rhea starts to remember a few things from her past. She remembers Rhea while she was sitting in the station with her crew. Here, the right time has come for us to get to know the crew that was with her. The crew consists of 5 people. The crew leader, whose name is Odie, as well as Davis, a girl named Clark, and Kevin, who stays with them and loves Rhea, or rather, addresses her. And the last member with us in the crew was Ralia. Remember when R was sitting with the crew, and the workers were talking about a friend of theirs named Brian who was supposed to be with them on the mission. But at that time, Brian was on a mission outside the space station, and you also see Rakika, that she and the crew with her were talking about the planet they are currently on. And we know that they have been searching for a while, my friend, for a planet the same size as planet Earth that is habitable. And now they have reached the planet they are sitting on, whose name is Ash, and they saw, by the way, that this planet is much closer to planet Earth, and its atmosphere is similar to Earth's atmosphere. So life on it might be possible. And for this reason, R and her crew are here to study the planet and make sure it is suitable for life or not. And this, by the way, explains why Rhea was not harmed when she went outside the planet. In any case, these memories end like this, in which we learned about the crew who was with Rhea on the station. But of course, we still do not know, frankly, why the crew he was killed and how he was killed. But of course, we will know everything in the future. In general, the memories end like this, and we go back to the present time, and we see that Rhea is still wandering around the space station and enters the first aid room where she finds advanced medical capsules. She takes one of these capsules and puts it on her neck and activates it so that this capsule performs a complete recovery process for her body. The important thing is that after that she takes a shower, and when she finishes, she starts wandering around the space station. She might be able to understand anything until suddenly Rhea finds that someone entered the space station. She goes to this person and attacks him, but this person stops Rhea and tells her that he is her friend Brian, who was with her on the same mission. Brian tells her that she sent him a distress call and told him in this call that Clark, the girl who was with them in the crew, was infected from the planet and went crazy and attacked everyone. And that's why Brian came to see what was wrong. The only one left was Ray. She didn't remember Brian at all, but she remembered that there was someone with them on the mission named Brian, and that's why Rhea trusted him a little. Anyway, Rhea started to go around with Brian in the station, and they learned that she found the bodies of all the people who were on the station. And it was clear that someone killed them, but she didn't find any body for Clark. At that time, Brian thought a little and told Rhea that maybe. By the way, Clark went crazy like Maria told him before, and was infected by the planet they were on. So she killed everyone on the station except for Rhea, for a reason that he still doesn't understand. After that, she escaped from the station, and Brian told her that she definitely sent him the distress call. And Tima Clark went crazy after that and fainted, and when she woke up she didn't remember anything. Something from what happened to them, and Brian continues his speech and starts talking to her about the mission and tells her that the mission consisted of 7 different teams, and each team went to a planet with a different shape to study it and see if it was suitable for life or not. And Brian tells her that he was part of the 7th team and that the team that was with her went to a planet that was not suitable for life, so they left it and went to the orbit that Rhea saw at the beginning of the movie, if you remember. And this orbit is supposed to be a gathering point for all the teams to return to Earth. But communication was cut off with Rhea and her team. In addition to sending Brian a distress call, the orbit was corrupted and came to her, and Brian tells her that the planet Ash that they are on is the only planet suitable for life, and therefore Brian and Rhea must leave here and return to the orbit and return from it to Earth. And there they tell them that this planet, which is planet Ash, is suitable for life, and they bring them here. So Rhea asks him, can they even make her think about everything that happened with her, and she regains her memories. Brian tells her that they will not be able to do this, and the most important thing is for them to leave now and return to their orbit to think about what they can do later. After that, Brian brings an advanced medical device and tells Rhea from it that this device will treat the wounds on her body. The device begins to examine Rhea and writes that it discovered that she has swelling in her head as a result of a strong blow, and this is the cause of the wound on her head. Brian then makes the device treat Rhea, and it actually treats her. After that, Brian tells Rhea that the effect of the blow she was exposed to caused her to lose her memory, by the way, one by one. He believes that her memory will return only after that. Rita falls asleep, and at that time she dreams of Kevin, her fiancé. So she wakes up from sleep writing and decides at that time not to sleep, but to wear a spacesuit, and goes out to search for bodies in the station and is able to reach Kevin. Audie and Davis's bodies don't reach Lexa Clark either. So she's surprised at most but doesn't care, and gathers all the bodies in a place outside the station so that in the end they can take her and Brian while they're walking. After that, Rhea returns to the station again, and by chance sees a pair of scissors lying on the ground in the blood. She grabs them, and here she remembers a memory from the past, and sees Siddiqui herself killing Audie, the crew leader who she was one of, with scissors. Of course, when this memory ends and she knows that she killed the leader with scissors, she's terrified and starts to doubt that she's the one who killed the whole crew. But why she did it exactly? God knows in any case. After that, she takes a medical capsule to calm her down a bit and goes to stand for a while with Brian and talks to him. Meanwhile, the artificial intelligence in the station is working and says that there's a malfunction in the station. So they dress Rhea and Brian in their spacesuits, and they turn around a bit to see what the problem is until they determine the problem, which is that there is a breach in the structure of the space station. So Rhea goes to fix this breach, and at that time, by the way, she remembers Korea, a memory from the past, and she sees Clark, who is part of her crew, and she is completely crazy and attacks her to kill her, and the memory ends like that. After that, she sits gently with Brian and tells him that she thought that Clark was crazy and her appearance was strange and terrified, and it is clear that she was infected by an epidemic from the planet, or an infection that made her avoid it like this and try to kill them all. And she is probably the one who killed everyone except Rhea. And Rhea tells her that she wants to stay here for a good period of time to find out what exactly happened here. But Brian refuses all of this and tells her that they must leave from here as soon as possible. So Rhea agrees to his words while she is upset and leaves him and goes to her room. Meanwhile, Rhea starts to remember the past again and imagines herself with Kevin, her fiancé, and then imagines herself killing Kevin. Rhea wakes up from all of this again and is almost sure that she killed Kevin and everyone here, but she still doesn't know why she did it. In any case, after a while, Rhea finds a drone camera in the station. She sees what is being recorded on the camera. She finds that what is being recorded on the camera is a mission that Rhea, Clark, Kevin, Davis, and Audie were doing. During this mission, Rhea and everyone else left the station and were on their way to a place from which a strange emission was coming out. This place was supposed to be determined by Brian, and he told Rhea and everyone to go and see what exactly this emission was coming out of. Indeed, Rhea and everyone else went to the place of the emission and found a strange well in front of them. There was strange equipment and strange things in this well, like this, and electrical emissions are coming out of it. So everyone is thinking now, and they conclude that this place is most likely a factory located here on the planet. And this Factory contains alien beings living on the planet, and most likely these beings are intelligent and advanced, so they are not able to see them or communicate with them. After that, Davis throws a brick into this well to know exactly how deep it is, and from here, all the neighbors started, because suddenly this brick came back again from the well and hit Davis's face, and you live, and of course, chaos spread throughout the place, and the camera recording stopped there, and that's it. This was all the camera recording, and what Rhea understood from it was that everything wrong happened in this place, or the station, meaning it started from this mission. The mission that Brian was the reason for them to go at this time. Brian comes to Rhea, so you know his mission was. The reason is that they communicate with the beings on the planet here, and she is the reason for everything that happened, and everything happened. And Rhea starts accusing Brian that he knew all of this, and knew what happened here, but was hiding it from her. So Brian tells her that he did not know anything, and that he actually meant strange emissions coming out of this well. So he informed them of its coordinates, and they in turn went there. And at that moment, communication with them was cut off, and he does not know what happened to them at that time. Rhea is shocked by all of this, and Brian knows that they were most likely infected with an epidemic after what happened to Dyson. That the one who was infected was Rhea, and that is why she killed everyone. Like what she sees in her memories, of course. All of this is watching Brian, and he is afraid of Rhea. So he remains completely silent and does not respond to her and tells her to just prepare herself so that they can leave from here permanently. So Rhea actually stops and takes one of the advanced capsules, and as soon as she takes this capsule, she sees a new memory. She sees in the memory this is Audi, and he looks infected or plagued, and his appearance was terrifying. Closer to a zombie, my friend. And he attacked Ray to kill her, so she was forced to kill him. She goes back in time again and realizes that everyone was infected with the plague, not just Clark, and that's why she was forced to kill them before they killed her. She didn't make a mistake in the only one. Ray is happy with everything she has achieved and goes to tell Brio this, but before she does that, she is shocked because she finds Clark in front of her. Of course, Ray knows that Clark has been infected with the plague and is now coming to kill her, so she tries to run away from Clark, but Clark reaches her and attacks her. The two of them continue to beat each other with extreme violence until Ray is able to finish off Clark, and she is fine. She starts to search for Brian to tell him everything that happened, but when she turns around to look for Brian, she is shocked to find Brian dead. She doesn't understand, to be honest, who killed him, so she takes his body and puts it on the machine. The doctor who previously treated Rhea's wound, if you remember, and when Rhea examines Brian's body, she discovers that Brian has been dead for a few days. In other words, how is Brian dead, and how was he with her at the station? Of course, Rhea goes crazy from all of this and doesn't understand anything. Before she does anything, Rhea suddenly finds Brian entering her. Here, she is shocked and looks at Brian and says to him, "You are not one of our Brians. You are the infection that we all got from this planet." In this revelation, Brian laughs at her and tells her that she finally understood the truth and that he will make her remember everything now. Brian puts his hand on the wound on Rhea's head, and Rhea begins to remember everything. We discover here, my friend, that in the past, after the accident that Tivis was exposed to, Rhea, Audie, Clark, and Kevin came back once. A second to the station, and then not much time passed, and Brian reached the station because he was on a mission outside. And after a while, they all discovered a problem in the space station, because they found in the station an alien creature with a strange appearance that had leaked into some of the devices in the station. At that time, they locked this creature in a box, and Rhea and everyone spoke, and Odie saw that they must finish this mission because they do not know what the aliens in this place could do to them, or what they are like. But Rakika refused Odie's words and decided to stay here and study the creature, and indeed Rhea went to study this creature and discovered that the creature is very advanced and can reproduce terribly on itself without any intervention, and can also grow quickly and greatly, and Rhea is now bringing Brother Odie to tell him everything she has reached. But before Odie could do anything, the love of this creature began to grow and entered Odie's body, and at that moment Odie went crazy and transformed, and he remained exactly like a zombie and started attacking Rhea and trying to kill her, and Audi kept hitting Rhea with extreme strength until Kevin heard the sound and started fighting with Audi. So Audi left Rhea and started to treat him and Kevin and hitting him right after. His left, Kevin was able, with his strength, to finish off Odie, But the horror and madness did not stop there, as the creature that was inside Odie came out and entered Kevin's body, and Kevin started trying to attack Rhea. But Clark came and attacked Kevin, and they kept hitting each other. In the middle of all of this, Brian arrived, and as soon as Kevin saw him, he cursed Clark and attacked him. And Kevin kept attacking Brian and hitting him until he killed him in a horrible way. And this, by the way, was the time when the real Brian died. The important thing is that after all that happened, Ray took Clark and put her in a spacesuit and asked her to escape from here. As for Rhea, she went to Kevin and attacked him and killed him, meaning Rhea didn't kill anyone except Kevin. But the idea here is that the alien then left Kevin and entered Rhea's body, and then Rhea fell into a coma. And when she woke up, she didn't remember anything and didn't know if there was an alien inside her body. And at that moment, this creature started to delude Rhea and show her Brian. By the way, he wanted to keep controlling her and delude her and not let her remember anything or know the truth, so that she wouldn't tell anyone about this planet, because the advanced beings living here don't want humans to come at all, and they want to stay alone, safe, away from humans. And that's why the creature that infected Rhea and everyone did all of this and kept deluding Rhea. But fortunately, R took the capsule so that she would remember everything. And now R discovers that the alien inside her is the original reason for the wound that was in her head. By the way, we go back to the present time, and Rhea finally realizes that Brian and everyone died, and she was infected with the epidemic or this alien creature, and that's why she forgot everything. The important thing is that she goes now to the advanced medical device and makes it work on her body and removes from her head the alien creature that was the reason for everything that happened. And actually, this device is able to remove the creature from Rhea's head, and she is fine. But the problem is that this creature enters inside Brian's body, or inside his corpse, to be more precise. And at that moment, Brian wakes up again and tries to attack Rhea and kill her. We literally see that Brian's appearance turns into a hideous form and becomes like a monster, my friend. So she fights with him a lot, and in the end, she miraculously succeeds in setting him on fire. And finally, this terrifying creature dies, and its danger ends completely. As for Rhea, she decides to complete her mission and collects all the information about this planet, Planet Ash, and takes a small spaceship from the station here and launches it on its way to the orbit that will originally be. He has a collection of the rest of the other trips that were searching for other planets in the galaxy here, and Ray is walking on her way in the station, and she intends that when she reaches Earth, she will inform everyone about this planet and the creatures on it, and everything that happened there from beginning to end, and they will see if they will be able to live on this planet in the end or not. The truth is that it has not been shown whether humans will be able to live here in the end on Planet Ash, or whether the matter will be difficult. But what is certain is that Ray will reach Earth, and she will complete her mission in the best possible way. And my friend, I know that the ending is not very satisfactory, but I mean, what can we do? The writer wants it this way, and the director wants it this way too. And with this point, the movie ends, which I hope you liked. Until we meet for a new summary, I cannot tell you anything other than this. Peace.